do you think has the better draft? GEO coming in very confident here, picking two very tanky heroes.
I was actually looking at my notes, and I remember that when SUNSPARKS actually paired the Esmeralda with the Kufra, it's actually really strong because the tempo is quite high. I also looked up the classic picks from GEO Esports from their qualifiers. They really love the Kimi. So I think that they are far too confident with this kind of strategy.
Plus, they do have a lot of zoning tools. You have the Cho Chunpo, and plus you have the Hurricane Dance to probably counter out the Esmeralda whenever she goes for that moon, falling star moon. So of course, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Will SUNSPARKS, the most and expected, the best expected team to win this one. Let's see if they can pull off this Esmeralda strat. But again, man, Team GEO smiling here.
You know what, man, Jin? While it's true that SUNSPARKS is like the team that's expected to win at least this matchup.
Yes.
It's scary. Because GEO Esports, we don't know much about them aside from the fact that they have been playing in the qualifiers. That's probably the only VODs that you can watch about GEO Esports. And SUNSPARKS, when you ask them, they're actually, you know, it kind of makes them
everywhere.
think.
They're everywhere, right?
SUNSPARKS, they're everywhere. You know what they're going to play. You know their standard picks. So you might be prepared against them. GEO Esports, that is the complete opposite. You don't know much about them, and maybe, just maybe, there can be the poison against your team.
Against your team, that's right. You're definitely right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team GEO Esports will be going to the blue side. SUNSPARKS from the Philippines. In the red side, Was is gonna use that Grok. Homies in this Kimi. June as the Lunox, Libra as the Cho, and Aura will be using that Akai.
SUNSPARKS from the Philippines, they're playing on the red side this time. It's Renzio on this Spams, Fuzakan on this Export, JP on this Granger, Raflesha on this Kufra, and KelVJ on the Esmeralda.
Quite a risky move right here in the early game, coming in for Homies. And of course, that Akai getting the first blue buff in the top lane, neglecting it from Team SUNSPARKS. Meanwhile, Renjo will answer it by confusing them here in the Crammer Pit. But again, that is indeed a success for what you've said.
Is the standard, the quarreled lovers. That's Esmeralda and Kufra. The Lord checks out, right?
Yes.
And what they do was it's Raflesha to go first. Long distance stretching or superhero landing.
The superhero landing, and of course the long jump coming in from KelVJ. There you go, charge! Says the girl, and that is another hero falling down for GEO Esports. That is the response as the last bullet will hit another hero. 3 heroes for the side of Team SUNSPARKS.
Oh, definitely. Sacrificing KelVJ. Look at this. KelVJ with the jump connects onto 2. And of course, with the Stardust Dance and the Frost Moon shields, enough damage. However, the Lunox tried to take him down, but that was already an overextension. You saw that last bullet coming out from the Granger, JP, to get the last hit. The first kill for the Granger with the Bounty Hunter. That's going to be very important for SUNSPARKS to snowball.
100 gold adding to the income of JP right here. It does have that early nimble blade going into the Raptors machete. He now has 2,000 gold. So with this, it will increase his ability to get all the jungle buffs very quick. We have a 4-1 right now, but with a blink of an eye, GEO Esports with a very sneaky turtle save.
Exactly. GEO Esports, they still managed to get the farm on their important course. Maybe it's Libra on the show that's not having a good time, but at the very least, it's the Lunox. The bigger question is, how will they keep this Kimi alive? Will be at this time, the arrival play will be there, but the Frost, of course, the Frost Moon Shield on top of the Stardust Dance.
And that was just the slam from KelVJ. Quite a flank right there.
What a flank
did not expect KelVJ to be there. But here we go.
No.
We do have a skirmish here inside the bush.
What a
That
charge.
is a two-man wild charge to be followed up by the Grok. But again, nice disengage from KLBJ using the Frost Moon Shield to get back to this. They are chasing June. That is the last Insanity. Here comes the Order Brilliance coming in from the Lunox. This is the backup from the Kimmy. Quite a slow-paced clash here for the side of GEO Esports. And it is over, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm not mistaken, that is a 2-for-1 or a 1-for-1 exchange.
Oh, there's gonna be a 1-for-1, of course.
Okay.
Raflesha, this is such a classic.
Classic Raflesha move.
I just want to tell our audience right now that he's been doing that for quite a long time already. I think this is the second time in the past two weeks that I saw him solo kill an Akai with this Kufra because of the attack and defense emblem, and now he's doing it once again against the Kimmy.
Speaking of solo killing, he doesn't have that ultimate to get the stun. That is the backup from Was. This is clearly SUNSPARKS repelling this Kimmy push that GEO Esports wanted. That is the first core item from Renjo. He will definitely have a good time in the top lane. Meanwhile, 4 heroes coming in from SUNSPARKS, just buying time in order for them to set up this next objective, this next big fish, which is the turtle.
And of course, the buffs should be top priority for the Esmeralda. We know that Esmeralda is very adamant in taking all of these buffs before she can fight. It's very important for her.
Yep.
And SUNSPARKS making sure that they don't give away some of those blue buffs.
Yeah.
In turn, maybe they can go for the invade. Raflesha already at the cursed helmet, 5 minutes and 34 seconds in. That's actually pretty fast for a tank.
Alright, that is of course the Death Sonata right there, missing JP.
Oh,
he
JP.
wants to target homies. Come here, homie. There you go. 3 heroes falling down for Team GEO Esports. There's a double kill coming in from the SUNSPARKS. And they will clear out 4. Nice initiation from that Death Sonata, and JP locking in his BOD.
This is just way too good. You can see the damage output of the side. Look at this. Like somebody goes in and then somebody follows afterwards. It's just way too good. It's like synchronized dance.
Synchronization of skills.
Oh, symphony of skills, and they even get the buff. No, it's gonna be Was with the wild charge to actually take it.
It's like JP doing initiating with the Death Sonata, immediately followed up by all of these zoning skills for Team SUNSPARKS. You have KLBJ with the Falling Star Moon. You have the stretch from Raflesha.
The stretching.
The Tyrant's Revenge. So there's a lot of cover up. KLBJ says, hey guys, cover me, and I will do the shooting.
Yeah. Cover fire is good from SUNSPARKS to protect JP. Falling Star Moon gonna be used, gonna connect on the Akai this time, but they want the Lunox. Brilliance has been activated. There's the wall charge connecting onto 3, but there's no follow-up from GEO Esports. Now, SUNSPARKS, they want to take this one back. They knock up the Akai, but the Hurricane Dance will be there. It's not gonna be enough as the Esmeralda gets home run.
This is quite deep for SUNSPARKS, but they do have a huge margin of lead. 20 seconds left for the next turtle. What is the answer for GEO Esports? That is killing spree right there for JP. Having extra 300 gold in his pockets because of this bounty hunter, plus of course the 6 assists. No doubt, this is a huge power spike for this Granger. The Danger Granger.
Danger Granger, indeed.
Is here in Malaysia.
3-0-6 with the bounty hunter. I want to see how much gold he has right now. Probably the richest one in the whole game.
Yep.
But you can see the net worth lead already with the Bloodlust Axe.
Yeah, that's the third core.
For 8 minutes.
That is it. What can GEO Esports do? The team from Brazil, they are grouping up here right now in the top lane, expecting SUNSPARKS to do some kind of sneaky plays like this. KLBJ and Mr. Fuzaken, they're just threatening them. There you go. That is the Posturize coming in from KLBJ, but they're just confusing them. Of course, JP pushing out the tier 2. We're having ourselves a one-on-one in the bottom lane. This is clearly a SUNSPARKS game.
Clearly SUNSPARKS game. They are dictating it. Look at the Akai. Burnt to crisp. by the members of SUNSPARKS. The Volley Sarmo to connect, and they will take down. Oh, Raflesha with a 2-man initiation. The ultimate connects. Wait for the Dragon is going to connect onto the Thaps, but the Thaps with the counter, and Inferno will go down under the turret. SUNSPARKS will still take the 2-for-1.
Oh my. The
Raflesha!
sustainability.
Raflesha!
Once again!
Oh my goodness!
Coast to coast from Philippines to Malaysia.
They bring it
They
home!
bring it home.
Coast to coast! SUNSPARKS!
What a stretch coming in from Mr. Raflesha. 4-1-10.
And they're not done!
And
They
they're
still
not
stay on the
gone.
clock.
There's no stopping them. That is, of course,
Oh.
unstoppable. Plus, of course, the double kill. Nice Hurricane Dance from the Akai, but it
Wiped
won't
out.
do anything as it is a wipeout.
Oh, Raflesha
SUNSPARKS.
with the ultimate once
Another
again!
one.
Another one bites the
Another
dust!
one.
And they take the wipeout this time! SUNSPARKS, they cannot be controlled by GEO ESPORTS!
From north to south, from west to east, Raflesha is everywhere. And he
with the Masha
Yeah.
and 2 defenders, 2 big
Yes.
tanks that can protect you so that you can siege. The
Yes.
idea here is to siege against your opponents.
Yeah.
What do I mean by siege? You just stay in lane and constantly pummel your opponents with damage from long distance,
Yeah.
protect your cores, and maybe take the turrets while that is happening.
while that is happening, of course, the Masha will do that.
But the Masha is gonna be there
Plus,
as well.
the Glorious Pathway is your target for sure.
Yeah.
In landing those parallel lines.
Yeah,
It's your for sure guidelines to land all of those meteor showers.
yeah, it's
if
like
you're
your
the Chango.
it's like your bowling alley,
yeah,
right?
it's like your bowling
And then
alley.
you lay it down. You
Yeah,
lay
you
down
lay
the
down.
carpet,
But yeah.
and of course
And
the
just
Chango meteor shower is there.
Put all of those stars.
Yeah.
Put all of those stars. But I do feel that this is very risky for GEO Esports because they do have the Lilia. The Lilia depends on buffs. So if ever SUNSPARKS, if they manage to like repel the Lilia from getting those buffs, this will definitely be a snowball game
Yeah,
for the Gushen.
you're gonna snowball for
Same
sure.
same goes to Team GEO as the Gushen relies on buffs.
Exactly. Now we're gonna hop into the game, but to kind of support what you're saying, I think that for
5
GEO
seconds till the
Esports,
enemy reaches the
it's gonna be up to them on
Smash
how
them.
they will control the map this time, control the tempo.
All
They are
troops
map
deployed.
control.
the ones who are required to set the pace. SUNSPARKS, they can sit back and relax, just take whatever they can, and have this Granger be that heavy marksman in the mid and late game.
You're definitely right. JP will be using the Gushen right here. He does want blood. He clearly wants blood because of this Mystic Shop. But look at this, the threat from those magical spears. And that is the Deadly Gloom. First blood for GEO Esports.
And like you said, the tempo, the early game tempo for GEO Esports is actually pretty scary this time. SUNSPARKS, how can they defend? It's gonna be KelVJ up top with the Thams, Raflesha with the Hylos, JP with the Gushen, Fuzaken with this Kaja, Renjo on now. Actually, interestingly, Renjo will be the one to play this Granger.
The Ranger, that is your U mobile replay right there. JP clearly underestimating the early game threat from this Lilia, which is now used by June. Was is using the Grok. Libra is using the Masha. Homies as this Chango, and Aura as the Lolita.
Oh, now, Manjin, it's gonna be really scary for for SUNSPARKS.
Right? Right?
Because it's not the easiest to run up against GEO
Yeah.
Esports.
All right, of course, guys, that is the redemption code right there in your screens right now.
You just head on
Just
to
head on to,
mobilelegends.com/en/code
Code
exchange.
exchange.
Put in the
That code.
redemption code with your ID,
Yeah.
and you will get the chance, of course.
To win
Turtle
something.
resurrecting
Win
To
something
win
from
some bonus. But okay, back to the game. Both of the teams having the same plan. Just removing the first tier 1. This is clearly there's a transition to the mid game. But unfortunately for SUNSPARKS, the turtle did land in the top lane. So GEO Esports having the advantage right now. They
Oh.
do have the buffs right here.
What a
Two-man
wild
up
charge.
coming in from the wild charge. That is, of course, a Death Sonata shield.
Oh, what a sidestep with the Numinum Blast. Now Reflesha is in trouble. There is going to be the ring coming out of the Hylos, but it will not be enough to save him. It's going to be the Meteor Shower to fend up the members of SUNSPARKS, and they are going to be able to run away.
And this is GEO ESPORTS.
Nice steal as well.
Yeah, GEO ESPORTS doing what we've said earlier, the map control and the map rotation. Unfortunately for SUNSPARKS, they met up in the bush unexpectedly. Met up in the bushes with Team GEO, and of course the extra proc of damage for June gave them the opportunity to get that fight, and nice usage of the Bulwark Shield coming in from Aura to neglect extra damage coming in from the Death Sonata.
GEO ESPORTS, they have very, very, very strong early game potential in terms of team fights. And I don't think that SUNSPARKS can fight against them head-on 5v5 unless, of course, SUNSPARKS are able to manage to dissect the members of GEO ESPORTS.
Yes.
But in terms of a head-on collision, I would give my money to GEO ESPORTS.
Okay.
In terms of winning it, as was actually commits the wild charge.
Yeah, he committed a wild charge. That was clearly a mistake. He does want to get the Kaja.
Again.
But this is clearly a bait, an ambush for the side of GEO ESPORTS. That is a glorious pathway right there. But what Gushin, I'm so sorry, SUNSPARKS with an outplay.
Yeah, definitely an outplay. They used the glorious pathway to fend off the other members of GEO ESPORTS, separating Aura from the rest of the team, and Fuzaken with the timely usage of the Divine Judgment. Nice block into the wild charge. Reflesha goes down with the Meteor Shower in there, but of course, the retaliation. JP gets the one with the help of the Kaja. This time the Rhapsody, it's gonna connect. The Lilia goes down. No black shoes for ya.
The black shoes was not enough to save the life of Mr. June, as SUNSPARKS will now go to the turtle. Let's look at the replay. This is clearly the power of the Django, but again, as we've said, in terms of damage output, you layer up the Rondo and you combo it with the Shadow Blade Slaughter. Quite a huge damage output there for Team SUNSPARKS, and that will give them a huge oomph in their income.
You know what? This is what makes JP one of the scariest Gushans out there. He's very calculated in terms of his movement. He knows exactly when he needs to dive and when he will not be able to get the kill. This is going to be the conceal, the flicker, the Divine Judgment. The combo will not be enough to take them down. The Numinum Blast connects on the two. Meteor Shower against the Gushan. Gushan goes down. The Granger, however, blocked by the Bulwark. What a play from GEO ESPORTS. Outplaying SUNSPARKS. My goodness.
Blocked by Aura right there. SUNSPARKS miscalculated, and that is clearly a win for Team GEO ESPORTS. Quite a nice move right there from JP and Fuzaken.
Oh man!
But again, you are dealing with a Lilia and of course a Lolita.
The Lolita defense,
so you need to probably bait first the block, the Bulwark Shield. If you are Renjo.
That is one thing you can say for sure. But Renjo, it's not about Renjo not calculating against GEO ESPORTS. It's more about this Aura playing so well. In terms of guarding his teammates. There'll be a 1v1 KelVJ against Libra. A little bit of disarm in there, but of course the Masha has been fended off. In the middle, there's a little bit of siege. They stun up the Kaja this time as they take out the turret as well.
There you go.
Looking for an opening this time. The Glorious Pathway from behind.
Yes, you're definitely right. Who will take the turtle? Was is here, the only one left. That is a Meteor Shower from the side. Fuzaken will put a but a Numinum Blast onto two. Clutch stun right there from the Lolita, Mr. Aura. The Rhapsody is indeed real, but again, raise your shield, Aura. It is the main weapon for GEO ESPORTS to get 3 kills against SUNSPARKS.
SUNSPARKS did not respect GEO ESPORTS at all. We were mentioning about this. They cannot fight head-on, even when there is a very good glorious pathway and they are overly committed to the fight. Rencho, with his positioning, is actually pretty good. Unfortunately, there was just not enough. The damage output coming out from this Django, who is actually playing so well in terms of positioning, was more than enough. Look at this. Homis not even touched by SUNSPARKS.
You're definitely right. SUNSPARKS disrespecting the immortality from Mr. Aura. And man, what's interesting here, like, if SUNSPARKS initiates with a Divine Judgment, GEO ESPORTS is immediately there in their faces.
Turtle
Exactly.
resurrecting soon.
Now, again, there's going to be the Death Sonata committed as they take out the turret up top. There is going to be the stun,
There you
the
go.
Hylos in the middle.
There you
Of
go.
course, the Dominant Blast is going to be cast the Glorious Pathway from behind. They only connect onto 1 meter shower.
There you
It's
go.
not going to be enough. Look at this Reflesh
They want
attacking
the
so
Hylos.
much. JP's here. And of course, the Granger with the Rhapsody not hitting anyone actually. But Aura
There-
puts up the shields once again.
There's no target on both of the teams, but Reflesha will be the one falling down, so as Aura. 5-8 is the score, and this is it. A one-on-one with
no.
a great one. You don't go one-on-one with a mashup player. 9-5 GEO Esports coming back from this game.
Kel VJ know that he will win the fight against the mashup, but what he forgot was the turtle buff. It was available in Libra that gave them the extra damage against the Thams. The Thams couldn't survive even through the Cotret Inferno. My goodness.
Besides the turtle damage, you do have the high and dry on this Masha. Plus, of course, the lead in terms of items. So, man, what a clutch play coming in from GEO Esports.
Leading by 6,000. Yeah, they are doing it perfectly well. We mentioned about their early game, and it's really coming into fruition for GEO Esports. It's going to be up to them on how they will capitalize with this lead, but I'm pretty confident that they will be going up against SUNSPARKS in their faces for the next few minutes.
As we are now looking in the items. Immortality, of course, for the Lolita. Ice Queen wand from Chango and the Glowing Wand as well. Both of these core heroes having a huge amount of slows, and of course the extra proc from the magic penetration. Here we go. They do want Mr. Reflesha right here. That is the Glorious Pathway. As we've said,
My goodness.
a free bowling alley for Horus to land all of those meteor showers. 5-11 GEO Esports knocking at the doors.
And
This
they
is
will-
Brazil, man. Welcome to Brazil.
Welcome to Brazil. Now, SUNSPARKS, how can they defend against an angry sieging line of GEO Esports from long distance? They are able to take out the Thams this time. And the siege potential from GEO Esports is just way too much. They're overwhelming SUNSPARKS at this point, and there's nothing that they can do. SUNSPARKS, they need more time, but GEO Esports, they will not let that happen. They're knocking now towards the Lord area.
Here we go, GEO Esports. Nick Fury is not here, but the shield is their main weapon.
Libra, look at how fast the Turbo Masha once again taking out objectives, and now the Hylos is down. There is going to be a good, actually a Grok block from GEO Esports, but they will not push through as the bottom lane is now compromised.
That is
SUNSPARKS. This is a 4 versus 5.
That is the Duran string, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Team GEO Esports, they do want to finish this. Man, Aura with a huge amount of burst, and that is mega kill coming in from Horus. 4 heroes falling down for SUNSPARKS. This is GEO Esports, and game 1 was probably their download game. We have ourselves a series, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to game number 3. Go for the magic damage and then rely on your Granger to finish the game. SUNSPARKS, I don't suggest this at all.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Team GEO clearly had this draft due to the fact they picked the Chango and the Diggy. The Diggy clearly counters that Divine
Akai.
Judgment and of course the Akai Hurricane Dance whenever they do layer it with the Glorious Pathway.
Ooh.
This is looking bad for Team Philippines right now, but Team GEO really looking strong. It's all up to the early game right here for Akel BJ. He's known with his skimmy, especially with the outplays.
Oh yeah.
So let's see, man. What a series we're having right now.
You know what, SUNSPARKS, they will show this double marksman strategy, but actually it's not quote-unquote a double marksman because you only played Kimi plus another marksman, right? So what you do here, this is like a throwback to last year's or maybe earlier this year's meta in MPL in the Philippines. Particularly the double marksman strategy where you have the Kimi as the pusher with the mage killer, and it will indeed be the case. Before that, let's introduce our players. It's gonna be GEO Esports on the blue side with Was on this Hylos, Libra on this Thams, June on this Esmeralda, sorry, Homies on this Chango, and Aura on the Diggy.
Here you go, Renzo will be using the Smash. Fuziken as the Akai, JP on this Granger, Reflesha on this Kaja, and like what you said, the Mage Killer on KLBJ. KLBJ will be going in the mid lane. I do feel that SUNSPARKS won't go for any type of clash. They clearly have the split push advantage here because of the Masha and the Kimi. So let's see, because they are playing it very safe as they will get their own jungle. Look at this.
Yeah.
3 heroes from each teams having that first wooden mask.
I'm really concerned about how SUNSPARKS will approach this, right? Because what really will happen is that if they fail their pushes in the early game, they're gonna be left in the mid game with a Kimi and a Granger.
Yeah. And
without enough farm.
Yep.
And they can be run over by the Chango and the Esmeralda.
And they lack damage. And
they
lack
definitely
damage.
lack the damage
and
and sustainability.
They need to move right now. That is the flicker from the Kaja. This is quite an early push from Team SUNSPARKS. There you go. That is the first tower of the game. They're opening up the jungle side here in the bottom lane. There is a rotation coming in from GEO ESPORTS, but SUNSPARKS will just use the recall and back away, immediately getting the crab coin.
Wow.
And wow, quite a spider sense right there.
Spider sense is tingling for
SUNSPARKS,
KLBJ.
yeah.
Busakan is here. They know. Look at this.
They know
exactly that
know.
you're there. You can't hide from me, says
Can't hide from me.
JP.
I've seen the future.
I've seen the future.
Here we go. This is quite a safe rotation from this Kimi. Unfortunately for SUNSPARKS, the turtle landed in the top lane, spawned in the top lane. So Team GEO ESPORTS can clearly set this up. Chango and Diggy just still farming in the bottom lane, hoping to get their ultimates up. We are now having the first turtle dance of this game. There you go.
Oh, there is a very nice dodge, but of course the first time is there. Masha from the left side, threatening GEO ESPORTS. So this is happening. The Chango farms down the bottom lane, and SUNSPARKS, it's gonna be important for them to secure the following objective.
Yes.
Because you know what? Even when they already took down a turret, there's still no lead in terms of gold. It's just 100 gold, and that's actually nothing.
Yeah, they don't have any assassins here. They don't have anyone to deal with all these tanky heroes coming in from GEO ESPORTS. That is the Norse pathway, layered up with the meteor shower. That is the first blood onto the Diggy, but again, the Chango will get that turtle's egg. Here we go, more clashes still. Oh my, KLBJ, he is trapped, but he will land all these bullets for the side of SUNSPARKS.
Oh no, JP with the flicker.
Coming in from SUNSPARKS. That is the reverse time. 3 heroes are falling down for the side of GEO ESPORTS. 4-1 in favor of the Philippine team.
And now this is the lead. We will see the highlights of the instant replay brought to you by U Mobile. A very good glorious pathway, but even better, this usage of the ultimate from the Akai. It's not about pinning down your opponent. It's not about making chaos. And look at KLBJ with a nice find on the Hylos, nice positioning. And they do have the Divine Judgment as well. The flicker play from JP to secure the kills. Amazing team fight from SUNSPARKS.
Amazing Hurricane dance, like what you said, for Fuzaken, separating GEO ESPORTS because they do want to group up inside that glorious pathway.
Yeah. Then again, GEO ESPORTS, they're still evening up in terms of the economy.
You're right.
This is what is scary about SUNSPARKS. They want to control the early game, but they are able to take down the turret, but they're not making their lead.
Yes.
And now Reggio going to be trapped in a very hard spot. Does have the movement speed, will dodge the falling Star Moon and get away from the angry members of GEO ESPORTS.
Team GEO, they're now forcing team fights because they know no one can contest the sustain of their 4 heroes. You have the Stars from this Diggy to zone out the minions. You have the lifesteal from the Tams, but SUNSPARKS with a clutch pick-off right there to open up the 17 seconds spawn coming in from this turtle.
So slowly GEO ESPORTS are also making their real estate or taking their own share of the real estate of the map. As you can see already, they are the ones who were able to take 2 turrets, while SUNSPARKS already only taking 1. And now Libra against Reggio. This is completely a totally different clash from the previous game.
Yeah.
where it was Libra to take the Thams.
But
to take
again,
the Masha, I mean.
but again, because of the wild power, Renjo will just run away from that Thams. And right now, we have ourselves an even playing field. Oh my! 1 by 1. That is killing spree from Fuzaken. Will GEO Esports force a fight? June hitting nothing but germs right here. SUNSPARKS, another good pickoff.
Very good pick off from SUNSPARKS, not punished. I think that what you need to do right now is, yeah, you get a pick off, but you have to take another objective. Fuzaken actually jumps, but will be pulled by the reverse time this time. Of course, KLVJ with the turtle take. Who's gonna take this? It's gonna be the Granger.
It's gonna be Granger.
To get the turtle this time, securing more goal for SUNSPARKS. Very nice ultimate, but the time's journey will be there. Meteor Shower committed as well with the glorious pathway. Fuzaken, will he fall? Yes, he will.
He will. That is clearly a shutdown. Ara is falling low. KLVJ, does he have the rocket?
No,
he will not use it. 3-6. GEO Esports, they do want to come back, but was overstaying in the mid lane.
Okay. Was actually really surprising. Now they find a Chango, then they have the Rhapsody. Double kill from coast to coast. SUNSPARKS gets the kill on the mid lane and the top lane.
It's about the pickoffs right now for Team Philippines. GEO Esports, they need to be very careful. They do want this 5-on-5 wombo combo kind of play style, but SUNSPARKS, like we've said in the previous draft, they won't force it. They will just go for picks and they will go for split like this.
Oh yeah. This time Renjo is feeling it. He knows he does have a little bit of advantage over his opponent in terms of man fighting, and he wants to force the Contract Inferno. However, Libra just stayed under the turret, disciplined enough. Now, of course, Death Sonata
layered in with the rocket.
Oh my goodness. Long range attacks, long range siege.
Long range siege.
The artillery.
The artillery is real. We're playing FPS right now.
SUNSPARKS says, this is war.
This
and we have the ammunition. Look at the damage they have with the turrets. Just a little bit of bullets in there is enough. Water Inferno already burned. And there is another follow-up. SUNSPARKS. Again, JP.
Again, man, time and time again. They're picking off one for from GEO Esports. Just like what DJ Khaled said.
Another
one.
Top
8
lane
minutes
though.
in, man. We're not even seeing any form of 5-on-5s.
Now, on top, you have to take note, Esmeralda's applying some pressure on the turret. But SUNSPARKS says, no, we don't want to take the turret this time.
Just baiting out skills.
Turtle, I mean.
We need Turtle. Okay, another last hit for the Kai. And man, another one. Hylos falling down.
GEO Esports, they're reverting back to their Game 1 performance where they are so separated around the map. They have to take note, they have the Esmeralda and Chango. This is such a very big lineup in terms of taking the team fights at early game, but this time SUNSPARKS, they have achieved their early game goal.
Yeah, but SUNSPARKS right now with the lead that they have and the power spikes, of course, with the items where Flesha even getting this concentrated energy. If ever you are GEO Esports and you have this melee composition in you, if you dive as an Esmeralda and if you like chase SUNSPARKS, before you even get near to them, there's a lot of chunk of damage
already dealt
to you.
Exactly.
Like this, look at Aura. Look at this chick. That's a rocket, and he will miss.
Not just the
there
rocket.
You go!
What a flicker blade that says Esmeralda down already. SUNSPARKS with a pick up, and they're not done. They found a Chango as well. 2 of the cores and the turret as well. The tempo from SUNSPARKS is just way too good. Glorious pathway gonna be paving the way for GEO Esports to bounce back or retreat as well. But Libra finally wins the 1v1 fight up top.
And another one. And another one.
It's all
about
the pickups. And KLVJ, this double marksman strategy.
Oh my. Open fire for SUNSPARKS, KLVJ and JP.
They're firing at will this time. SUNSPARKS, they said to GEO Esports, this is war and we are winning it. We have the better ammunition, we have the better artillery.
Yes.
And you cannot survive this bombardment from SUNSPARKS.
Oh my, look at this. Two marksmen chasing a fighter right here. Homies will answer with his own meteor shower. But you're not using guns. You're not using guns.
It's all about the stars.
It's all about the stars. It's
for
all
GEO
about the guns.
Esports. But then again,
SUNSPARKS.
fantasy will not help GEO Esports win this war against SUNSPARKS. While that happened, Masha, the guerrilla tactic from this Masha, able to take the Lord.
Okay, here we go once again.
Oh,
That
look
is
at this.
Hurricane Dance. He will pop in the ultimate
Diggy.
of the Diggy to cancel it out, but the damage is just too huge for SUNSPARKS. You even have the Ice Queen wand from KillBJ to slow out enemies. 4-15. They do have the Lord right now, and they're knocking at the doors of Team GEO
Top lane,
Esports.
Masha able to take out the turret. This time, another flicker play from Reflection. Doesn't matter if it's Hylas, they take him down. The Revitalize is not going to be enough. Look at this. JP with the Death Sonata against the Esmeralda gets the double kill. Can they get more? Yes, the tap is there.
They do
JP
one
with
more.
another play. Triple kill for this guy.
Oh
and they're not
my.
on Time's Journey.
Oh
It's not going to
my.
be enough. Oh, look at this. The Maniac. JP. The winning
What a
play.
game!
We mentioned earlier that all he needed was that meditation.
The meditation, the Zen
Reflection wants
mastery.
to kiss him this time.